keep the heat at. One in that head, get you wrapped like a blessing. I'm leaving you dry like I walk through the desert. I took the game like Steph on the 3. Oh, troll, shift and delete. Bitch, I'm a soldier like P and Young Bleed. Bitch, I'm a soldier like P and Young Bleed. Yeah. Hot shit. All my niggas gon' pop shit. Got no love for a op bitch. Black boy ride with the mop stick. How you a shooter ain't shot shit? I'ma drop me a nigga like a quick bitch. Why you run up these comments so quickly? I'ma throw this shit out till they get me. Hot shit. All of my niggas gon' pop shit. Got no love for a op bitch. Black boy ride with the mop stick. How you a shooter ain't shot shit? I'ma drop me a nigga like a quick bitch. Why you run up these comments so quickly? I'ma throw this shit out till they get me.
Yeah, man. This is J Dubb here with Hot Shit Interviews, man. And today we got Smartalec on the track, man. How's it going?
Yes. Good.
That's
How's
what's
it
up,
going?
man. Hey, man, kicking it like a soccer player, dog. You know how I do it, man.
Oh yeah.
This was originally scheduled for last Monday, but circumstances, stuff happened. But I'm really glad you're here now, man. And
Yeah.
you want to give everyone a little bit about yourself here?
Yeah. Blessed to be here. Go by
Great to have you.
Smartalec. Subliminal Beats is also my production company. Subliminal Music Group, music publishing record label.
Sweet.
Yes.
If you want to drop the links over in my Facebook, I can throw them on the comments if you want.
All right. You want me to do that now?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. If you want to, if you got time to do that, let's let some people join.
That makes sense.
I made a little mistake when I forgot to go live.
Here.
There we go. We'll turn this shit down. Okay, now we'll share. And then we'll just, start where we left off.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do that. In the meantime, for the people that's in here, listen, like, comment, share. You know what I mean? Help us out. Yeah. Get
Instagram is at Smartalec Boomin, at Subliminal Beats with a Z, at Subliminal Music Group, and you'll be able to find all the artists, as well from there, all the music. Let's see here.
Is that your record label? So you have a record label?
Correct. Yes, I do.
How many artists you got signed?
So, the only nobody's actually signed to me. And do you want me to drop this on your Facebook here?
Yeah, I did, and then I'll just grab it, I'll copy it, and then throw it on there.
Okay.
I don't know if it gives you an option to type right in there too. You could just type it right in there. Does it give you an option on that side? I mean, if not, it's not a big deal. It's really like I can do it
under like a comment.
Yeah. There's like a chat. It might say chat or something like that. But I'm right here on my Facebook.
You are okay. Yeah, I'll message them to you if you want me to.
Yeah, that's fine. That'll work just fine. We'll drop them on there. Sweet. I just want everyone to know where to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's available beats on the Subliminal Beats page as well.
What do you get per beat, if you don't mind me asking?
What do I get per beat?
Like
leases, man. I'll let leases go for $50. I typically there's some tracks that I'm like, a couple $100, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's not too many that I'm like, oh yeah, no, this one's
right.
$2,000. It's those type of tracks I usually like. We usually try to drop in house. You know what I'm saying? Just to try to have the best results from it as well. So
why isn't it letting me do that? Go ahead, I'm listening to you.
Yeah. Let's see here. So the first artist that is actually at one point he wasn't an official artist. However, he's still an artist that's, you know, being published by us, you know, JL. I
Right.
did Brain Scatter 1 and Brain Scatter 2.
Cool.
So that
Okay.
was prior to me having a label. That was me, you know, working along with, you know, Strange Music.
Right.
In that situation. There, I sent the Instagram. They can usually, I mean, people can find other words too. But
I just don't know
yeah,
why it
it's
keeps doing this to me.
I was on.
I'm listening.
How can I put this? Best crew, you know, since 2010.
Okay.
All right,
That's what's
so
up. Yeah.
I was working with them before they ever worked with Tech. You know, well,
Oh.
actually, no. Before JL had already worked with Tech when I met him.
Let's try that. I think he popped out, Alec. Whoop. I don't know why it is letting me do that. But let's wait for him a little bit here. I believe he'll pop right back in. Looks like he's having a low network connection from what I can see here. Rosetta. Hello, Rosetta. How you doing? Let's get some more people in here. Let's give this a share, man. We got Smartalec in the building. Let me turn them back on. There we go. There we go. For some reason, it's not letting me copy your stuff from Facebook here. I tried to, it'll let me go to it, but it keeps on. Yeah. Can you hear me, Alec? Can you hear me? I see you. Whoop. Let's wait for him to get back in here. Lost him again. Hope he's back in. There we go. We got the full bars now.
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. Let's go ahead and pick up where you left off, I believe.
Yeah. Just I had I met a guy at work who was an engineer at Chapman
Okay.
Recording, and he worked with an artist. That artist knew JL. His name was actually Jay Lyric when I first, you know, got in contact with him and everything.
Okay.
He got a couple beats for his mixtape, first ever mixtape, Just Landed.
Okay.
Put Cess Crew on a song. You know, obviously built a relationship with them.
Cool.
I was around for the entire creation of 13 and Constant Energy Struggles.
Really?
Yes.
That's some pretty cool stuff, man. You
You
know what I mean? To be a part of that.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But yeah, obviously Brain Scatter 1, Brain Scatter 2, you know, done by me. I started getting into engineering. It was just producing. Started getting into engineering, you know, being up at Chapman Recording, and I got my Pro Tools certification and, you know, started working there, sold beats, you know, and then I started, you know, having my artists eventually come out and start, you know, come out there. So
Right.
kind of how everything, you know, kind of spiraled. It, you know, Brain Scatter drops, you know, text on it, big deal.
Yeah.
You know, Dib Kiss, the whole thing. And then, you know, 13 EP came out. I'm on a skit on Constant Energy Struggles too. I produced Time Is Now and Witness, and then I'm on a skit. I did other records for them that didn't make the cut, but yeah, and then Brain Scatter 2, like 2014, and I had a lot of stuff on TV for like Kardashian shows, True Life, MTV.
Really?
That was going on from 2012 to 2015.
How'd you get involved in that?
I've got there was a television producer from Atlanta, music supervisor. I got a sync deal with them. Come to find out, it was in fact a 360 wrapped 50-50 pub deal. So anything I did from 2012 to 2015 was like owned half by them. So I was making more money, than I had ever from it, but they were also taking, everything that I was doing. So I got out of that in 2015 and started my own, actually started the record label. The main reason was because I had another artist, Jesus Divine, and, Tech and Strange, they weren't really like, whatever with it was, J. I mean, they didn't even sign JL. Like, I feel like they completely dropped the ball. They completely dropped it. They did not take advantage of dip kits, none of that.
Yeah.
They should have grabbed Brain Scatter, boom, let's go. You know what I'm saying? No, they waited like 3 years. It was like, by
That's
the time,
what you would have done. You would have grabbed it up, huh?
yeah, I mean, I'm like, what are you guys, you know what I'm saying? What else do you need? What are you missing here? Because this is like all of the momentum that you're ever going to see. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then 3 years before the Dip Kiss album, like, dude, the shit's already like, that's 3 years ago. Like, you know what I mean? So I was pissed off. Like, the fuck, So, man, but it's all good though. Like, I don't know. Like, I've been in the studio with Tech, gave him flash drives, CDs, beats, whatever. I was young. Like, I'm 29 now, but I was like 20. I was 19 when I met him.
Yeah.
But like, he never grabbed a
How'd
beat.
that feel? I mean, did you really look up to the guys? Is that something?
Man. Yeah, of course. Like, the just everything, but it just, for whatever reason, things wasn't like, whatever between the him getting a beat, or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It didn't pan out.
It just never popped off like that, huh?
No, I don't know. That's, you got to ask him, because I did my part. So
right. Well, there's still room. You never know what could happen, in the future.
Yeah, no, of course, man. It's pretty crazy. There's artists here with the label that, I mean, Tech knows. Like, it's just funny because it's like, I know who I am and who we are. I mean, Hurricane toured with him, and
right.
I mean, I know him. Like, it's just funny though, because I'm like, man, y'all really just gonna like act like, okay, all right,
I get it.
Moving.
Yeah. Shout out to Hurricane though, man. You know what I mean? It's awesome, talented guy. I love that guy.
Yeah, man. We've been, I mean, it was Jesus, I was working with JL, and then Jesus Divine, Hurricane, King PA came into the picture, and so it's been kind of like we have an open door label over here. Like, we have a distribution deal with Universal.
Okay.
It's a 70-30, but we all own our own masters. Like, I own the beats.
Oh yeah, you can't beat that. Yeah.
So like, we drop a single, the shit generates $100,000. They get their 30. Me and the artist split. We take 35 a piece. Or that's basically how it's split. Yeah. Nobody signed me. It's an open door. They can leave, go do an album, drop an independent album, do whatever the hell they want on their own.
That's way cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
So what first got you into music, man? Like,
what first got me into music?
Yeah. What, like,
dude, I don't know, bro. It's literally, I've grown up on, everything from Van Halen and Godsmack and hardcore rock, and then, hip hop, like MC Hammer, and, that whole thing. And so it's just, music is just completely just in me. Like, I hear a song one time and I'll remember it, and it just gets embedded in me. So like, I feel like I'm just like a vessel for it, or of that realm, if you will,
Yeah. How would you describe the music that you create now?
I feel like there's just a lot of substance. Like, you can tell it's coming, it's coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, it's not this,
there's
like,
feeling into it.
This is tight, this is dope. Okay, things might be that, but it's also like, oh, well, like, I don't know. There's like this, I don't know. There's just something extra about it, I guess. I can't really explain it, but
Yeah.
You know, the album, I have an album, it's a compilation album. You know, I'm
Okay.
kind of doing my marshmallow thing here,
Yeah.
but everyone, Liz Sawandi's on the album twice. There's a single out right now with her on it. Ubiquitous, Triz, Twisted Insane, Stephen
Cool.
Jalen,
Yeah, I saw that.
Lily Go. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a nice Stevie Stone. There's a nice lineup on it. I'm doing like, you know, it's a collabo, like it's just a collabo album. Almost every song is out as a single
Yeah.
before the album comes out. There's gonna be a couple that come out as singles after the album drops.
Yeah.
But it's pretty crazy, man. Some of the music is like, I mean, it's just, you know, it's the best music that I've ever done. I feel like
Awesome, man.
if there's ever a prime, I do feel like I'm, you know what I'm saying, in it, entering it. Like, I feel like, you know, a lot's been suppressed on, you know what I'm saying, my career,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the whole time. And I'm in that, like, you know, year 9, year 10 of everything. And it's just like a very, very, like, I don't want to say stressful time, but there's, you know, yeah, there's a lot of pressure. I put a lot of pressure on myself, you know, like
Yeah.
I work really well under pressure. And if I don't have that, like I have to create that.
Yeah.
And it can get me into trouble because I'm just like, you know, compound on compound doing too much. And
Right.
I'll just like burn myself out, you know.
Yeah.
But things are stressful trying to get, you know, music out, juggle a
Oh, yeah.
personal life. You find, dude,
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, it's life, dog. Like,
Especially when you spend a lot of time in the studio. You know what I mean? That definitely puts a pressure on home life and stuff like that. I know I deal with it, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough to do anything musically if your personal life is not intact and in order. You know this. Like, you have to take care of yourself first.
Absolutely.
You have to take care of your personal world before, like, there's anything else, that there can be anything else.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. That's real. That's facts. That's real stuff.
Like, dude, it's crazy, you know, and trying to get to that place of, you know, just like sitting down making a beat.
Yeah.
You can't make a beat when you're worried about, you know what I mean? This,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you're just
No,
like,
no, I did. I mean, you can, but it's not going to be something that you like at the end. I don't
do it.
Yeah,
You're
you
just
know
like,
what I mean.
you're just
Yeah.
not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just, and things can get, life and everything get cloudy. It's like, you know, yeah, you just got to keep yourself protected, man, from all that, from everything.
Absolutely. Who would you say some of your biggest influencers?
Yeah. Man, Corey Taylor, Slipknot, you know, Mudvayne, like System of a Down.
Yeah.
On the other side, on the flip side of me, I mean, Future, Young Thug, and, you know, I mean, Kendrick, and, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I grew up on, you know, Dre and, you know, Bad Boy Records and Eminem, and then,
Right.
you know, I'm not, since 2010, I'm cool on Eminem, but, you
Yeah,
know,
right.
it's just like, you know,
Yeah.
you know, Tech Nine is definitely in the top 10, if not top 5 of my all-time, you know, musicians, artists. I definitely feel like I grew out of some of it for sure, but
Yeah.
you know, it's okay. Like, yeah, those are probably some of my biggest influences, man. Like, I just, you know, I got in a wave. I got in the Atlanta wave. I got into it. I met people in it, worked with people in it, and so
Yeah.
I'm like, it's natural for me to go in and make a hard chopper, you know what I'm saying, type of track.
Yeah.
A rock track. That is like, I can do that easy. You know, going
Right.
in and then flipping it and going into this, you know, trap Atlanta and all that. Like, yeah, that's a whole other.
So what's
you
your
know,
creative process like then?
man, honestly, it's just, I don't think about it. There's no like, okay, I'm gonna try to do this or I'm gonna try to do that. Like, if an artist wants to come in and me, like, you know, and basically have me whip something up, like, I can't promise them like, oh yeah, this is gonna be perfect for you.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? This could probably go to this guy over here, because
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know what is gonna happen. And so that's how I treat it, is just completely abstract and experimental.
That's
Like,
cool. That's a
hey,
good way to look
whatever,
at
if
it.
it's an 808, if it's a, you know, guitar, I mean, I just find I just find it. I don't know. It's almost in a way, like, I don't know if you've heard people saying it, but I mean, sometimes there's like parts of verses, you
Oh
know,
yeah.
where the artist is like, yeah, I didn't write that. That was already written for me. Do
Okay.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
the same with beats. It's like, dude, to be honest with you, like, yes, I made this 100%, but like, I don't know what else is here. You know what I'm saying? That
Right.
is
Right.
like doing
I
this,
get it.
fueling this, you know, I don't know. It's just, sometimes it's a lot, being, having that type of like, that rich of like emotion, I guess,
Yeah.
because you're just like, you know, I don't know. It's tough to like deal with it and process it. And music has always been like my therapy, because it's like, you know,
I've heard lots of people say that.
no, I'm just like, you know, and it's wild. But I have done some things, like I've done some vocals on some tracks.
Yeah.
And I do actually, like, I really want to get into doing, like, surfacing, doing lead vocals under a band name, because I can, you know, produce that type of rock.
You
However,
want
it's
to
gonna be,
sing? You
yeah, it's more
like
of a,
some
it'd be more of a,
hardcore rock?
correct, more of a
Yeah.
metal trap type of,
Ooh.
yeah, yeah.
I could see something like that taking off, man.
I mean, I don't have all the, I've got like 4 or 5, you know, songs, instrumentals that I've composed that are like a strong base to go off of. And so I'm just like building on it all, man. Like,
Yeah.
hopefully within the next, you know, 3 years, I can, you know,
You got
yeah,
a
maybe
band
have
name
some,
in mind?
man, no, man. Like a band name, there was a couple, but I don't want to, like, you know, spoil it or whatever.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, I don't have it say yet, you know, I don't
Yeah.
have to say it. So I don't know.
It's all good. It's all good, man.
Yeah.
What do
Undecided.
you What do you think you'd be doing if it wasn't for your music career right now?
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, I
You
don't
don't
know.
think you'd be
I don't know, bro.
a janitor or anything like that? Do you think you'd
Oh
be
man. You know, I mean,
this is what you
you
want to do and that's it?
so no, this is, so yeah, no, music is not the only thing that I do, you
Okay.
know, but it is something, it is my career. It's the one thing that I've, you know what I'm saying, been in
Yeah.
and done my entire
Yeah.
life.
Right.
So, but as we all know, depending on music money is not a smart thing.
Right.
Okay. So
Right.
I tell all my artists, like, yes, if we can, if you know,
Yeah.
there's a point in turn where you're like, you're making a lot, like, do not count on this.
Yeah.
Like, do not count on that continuing. Now, I'm
Right.
not saying to like put that like spirit on you or whatever,
Right.
but you got to learn how to like navigate, you know what I'm saying, outside of it as well.
Yeah.
Because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, it's a double-edged, you know, it's a double-edged sword. You have
Absolutely.
to have something funding it
Yeah.
in order for it to fund you back, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So it's not this, you're damned if you do, but you're also damned if you don't. Like,
Yeah.
you have to figure out the way to navigate, maneuver, and to generate, you know,
I
to
mean, that can
generate.
change in a day. Just like you said, you could be, getting millions of views and then boom, go
Mhm.
down to nothing. You know what I mean? And you're
I mean,
dependent
yeah,
on
I
that
mean,
income.
yep, yep. And I mean, people, you know, as fast as you blow up, as fast as you fall, it's, you
Yeah.
know, you can't, it's better to have slow growth. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that. It's
Yeah.
way better to have slow growth.
I'd agree with
It
that
is
too.
not about, the last thing you want to do is climax. Last thing you
Yeah.
want to do
Yeah.
is hit that point where you're like, oh man, this is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool, that's great, you know, but like, you just have to continue to like take them, you know, them steps up and seize opportunities and build on that, because, you know, someone pulls up on an elevator and they offer you a ride up. I mean, yeah, it's quick, but it's faster on the way down, you
Oh,
know.
it's true. Yeah. Yeah, if that cable's cut, it's a bummer. You
Yep.
know?
It's yeah. If you want, that's what I mean. That's what I said. If you want long term, if you want a career, you know, you got to take the stairs,
That's good
and
advice.
you're gonna get fucking tired, and you're
Yeah.
gonna get fucking, you know what I'm saying, whole
Yeah.
nine.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
be carrying everything with you up the stairs. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
You're not gonna
Absolutely.
like be able to pull out. Oh yeah, here we got this. Put your baggage on here. Let's
Yeah.
go up.
Right.
You know, no.
Yeah. You're
But
saying
that,
it's not easy, but it can be done.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, it depends on what you want out of it. It depends on what you're trying to get out of it. If you are doing it for something specific, I want to be signed to this label
Yeah.
and next to this person, then do what you got to do, but you just understand, you know what I'm saying, what's on the at the end of that road.
Yeah.
Because it's not always, the music industry is just, it's awful, and then there's a negative side to it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, like,
If,
yeah.
if you could change anything about the music industry, what would that be?
Oh Jesus. I mean,
Let's just talk about one major thing.
obviously the fact that, you know, there's slave contracts, and that in order for you to quote unquote make it, they have, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
this, they give you a platter, you know, they literally just give you a platter, they give you
Yeah.
everything. And so when someone gives you something, they can take it right back, you know.
You're
And
absolutely right.
the thing about the music industry that people don't understand, and, you know, this is red pill, is that
Yeah.
I mean, not all of it, but 90+% of it is all fixed, and it's all generated.
Yeah.
It's all matrix stuff. Like,
I have to
you
agree with
can,
you there. I do.
why
I
do
agree with that.
I mean, I don't want to get, you know, in trouble for saying this, nothing like that, but you walk into a big record label, you know, they're only giving you 11% profit because they got servers, they
Yeah.
got playlists, they're putting your song in playlists.
Yeah.
They already know your bottom, what you're gonna make at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, they know your bottom dollar. They know it because
It's already laid out for you.
we're playing the same game.
Yeah.
So, like, I can get, you know, iTunes and Billboard and all of that.
Yeah.
And it's out of pocket for us because they don't own, you know, our music or our masters. Yeah. They're getting no publishing. Right. So, but it's out of pocket for us.
Yeah.
So it takes you from the community pool and it puts you in the VIP pool.
Yeah.
So now you don't compete with everyone. You're competing with these people.
Yeah.
The charts.
Yeah.
You know,
the people that are doing numbers or whatever. Yeah. You know,
it's no different. Back in the day when Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, they're retail stores. Back in the day, Sam Goody, FYE, you go in there, they got the #1 album at the front of the store and banners and everything up. The record label would buy their own album that many times, make it go platinum, and then sell it as that, because all it is marketing.
Yeah, yeah.
6ix9ine
proved that, didn't he?
Now.
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing now.
He proved that shit. I couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? It's like he told on everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, man. It's nuts. I mean, even I'll tell you right now too, you know, I mean, these servers and these playlists, like, let's say you have a subscription account, you got Apple, let's say you got family accounts, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Deezer, Tidal, right? And then you got music, and you drop your song in this playlist, other people, you know, a couple other people's, whatever, 10-song playlist.
Yeah.
And you put it on shuffle and repeat, and you duplicate that. You do that like every time, you know, you got like 6 computers, and then you got them all running. And now you're like literally you're mining your own music. Because all music is now is crypto. All it is completely digital, real estate.
Absolutely.
So there's also other ways of generating money off your music, like paying for promotion, like playlisting promotion. So it's like you can spend 100, 200, I mean, however much money you want, and you're going to generate streams. And then based on how long someone's listening to your song, that determines how much money you get from it, you know, and you're just like, it's just like Oh man, so
How do
this
you feel about
we're
the
not
organic?
slanging CDs out the trunk no more.
Yeah,
Like,
well, you can't. How you feel about the organic versus buying the streams or views or whatever? I know people can buy them and stuff like that. I've seen
yeah,
that.
I mean, dog. I mean, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to push your music.
Yeah,
You got to get
yeah,
it heard.
right.
So it depends on what your goal is. Do you want to do
Yeah,
a whole entire marketing campaign, PR campaign,
yeah,
SoundCloud, Spotify, do your whole thing?
right.
I mean, but you got to get the views. Like if you drop a music video and you can put some money behind it to where like it's YouTube promo, like dude, like that's you have to do that, in order to get put in front of people. And I mean, it's almost literally like it's a necessary evil. There is no
You think buying views like that can put you in a better spot? Let's say
because
you go to one of these people and you buy 10,000 and they put 10,000 on your shit. You know what I mean, right?
well, I don't mean like buying views as in like, oh, let me go buy 10,000 views. It's more
Right,
of like,
right.
let me, put some money
Promote.
in here
Yeah,
behind this and
yeah,
let like it just, I guess I don't know because I'm not the one that's like a playlist curator or like
yeah.
behind it.
Right.
It's just they like end up, getting it into the algorithm, getting it into certain basically playlists, video
Yeah.
playlists,
I've
music
always
playlists.
wondered about that, man.
Yeah, I mean that's how like, I don't know. Like
Yeah,
there's Apple Music playlists that's like that's a behind closed doors thing. There's a lot of
yeah.
people on Spotify that have playlists and can make them, but I think Apple Music is like they have their own specific, you know.
Well, you can make your own playlist on Spotify and promote it, can't you?
Yes, but I
Yeah.
think on Apple, I don't know if you
I've
can.
never seen anything like that on
No,
Apple.
no, no. I
Yeah,
think, yeah, that it's like there's like red tape, you know what I mean? There's still
yeah,
things where, you can pay to get Apple Music streams and get put in there, but it's yeah, it's a lot tougher to get your stuff, spread. And I
yeah,
mean, I've been around. I was in here during the SoundCloud era. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah.
I've been here through that
Right.
too. So that's crazy. And so yeah, man. I mean, the industry is just completely changed. It's just on a
Yeah,
90, 180
yeah,
degree. I've, you know, up until 2016, we were getting, or top of 2017, we were still getting hard copies, but then
yeah,
that stopped.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
Nobody really wants to do it anymore. Really, it's almost an inconvenience messing with a CD, isn't
oh my God, yeah. And
it?
it's, now like it used to be, okay, cool. We can put up a pre-order for an album.
Yeah,
We'll get, 100 pre-orders. That's a few grand. Get the
yeah,
CDs ordered, get everything ready in, boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're able to now we've got like a fast like return in, now you can make this move and that one.
right.
And now it's like it's a numbers game. Like
Yeah. Oh,
in
absolutely,
order to make
absolutely.
10 grand, you gotta get like, over a million plus streams,
I wouldn't. Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
just like,
That's
yeah.
crazy. That is nuts. What's some of the best advice you've ever been given, my man?
Really, there's a couple things like you got to stay true to yourself, but you also have to know that like I will never say that I've got it figured out.
Yeah, yeah,
Like there's something to learn from, almost everyone. Like don't ever think that you know too much. Don't ever
yeah,
think that, you've got it figured out, because I promise you, as soon as you think you got it figured out, nope.
yeah. Something
Yeah.
smacks you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's my best advice. Like
That's what's up.
keep yourself open to like feedback, criticism, and understand too, like people have personal preference as well.
Absolutely.
You're gonna get mixed feedback, just like doing a survey or something. You show
Yeah,
one person a song, this person may love it, that other person may not.
yeah. Not everyone's gonna like your music. That's true.
No, and each artist, everybody's different, and people have their own cup of tea, and you know, try not to take things personal, you know.
Yeah. And
It's tough. It's
yeah,
tough.
yeah. I think everything about the music business is tough, man, and it deters you. And you know, it's just all it's all about how you get through it, man. I think you know, and that's just with anything else, you know. And what
Yeah.
ways do you want to make a difference for the next generation of artists?
Oh man, you know, there's there's a few artists that I have that, you know, are older than me. And then I've also had, you know, newcomers, new artists come in, and I'm talking, you know, people that have already recorded songs, but
Yeah,
they still, you know, you know, still finding themselves, still, you know, what's my name? Like I'm talking like almost bare bones of, you know,
yeah,
and being able to develop and work with them, like from the point of like them being so uncomfortable and I don't like this, and I
yeah,
recorded this song, it sounds like crap, and you know what I'm saying, like
yeah,
really like doing the shadow work, like doing the things that are necessary in order for them to like get to that place of like, oh, okay, this is what's working for me. This is, and then I mean, it's a process, like developing an artist. You know, I've worked with a couple guys. I met them when they were, you know, 20 years old, and they're 23 now.
yeah.
And you know, just last year was when they like released their first kind of, if you will, commercial record. I mean, it
Okay.
just, dude, it takes time. Like, you know, you have to give yourself, I have to give, you know, artists, and you know your timeline. Your timeline is like, my timeline is different than every single artist has a different timeline.
Yeah,
You know, one person, this is his time now. This, you know, I mean, this one's had their 10 seconds of fame or whatever, and it's, you know, it's weird to see, because you're just like, man, literally this kid, his prime is going to be within the next 5 to 10 years.
yeah,
So whatever we're doing now is like, yeah, I mean, you got to understand like where you are,
yeah, yeah. It's a learning
you know.
process.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's a big
yeah,
learning curve, and you got to stand back and try to look at everything from like that bird's eye view. Like, where am I at? You know, what have I, okay, what have I done? What's in my control? What's out of my control? Okay, focus on what's in your control. Like, as long as I believe that, you know, you're applying yourself with like the best, you know, the best like intentions, and just, I do music because I love it, not because, you know, it's my job,
right,
you
right.
know, but it
As soon as
just,
it becomes a job, it's over. You know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
that's how I feel anyway. All the fun's out of it, you know. Anyway.
Yeah, and I take it serious. You know, I take my music seriously. I don't, you
Well,
know,
yeah,
I don't play about my craft or anything like that, you know. Um, but it's also having that, understand that you are not perfect, and that your music is never going to be perfect.
oh man,
And so
yeah,
get rid of that, you
yeah,
know, because it's never going to, like, as long as it's getting better, that's it, that's it. You
yeah,
know, don't be worried about like, I don't know.
hmm,
It's all about what you're like putting, you know, like what are you putting into it? Like
yeah.
what is it? What is it that's going into it? And then you don't have to really worry about the any of the outcome, feedback, opinions, nothing. Like, because you've done your part, like, you know what I mean? You do what you need to do and get it out there, and
See what happens.
yeah, I mean, people receive
Yeah,
it however they want it. It's up to them to, you
yeah.
know,
You
perceive.
can't control that. You know what people think.
Exactly. No.
Yeah, yeah,
It's up to
yeah.
them to perceive it however they wish to.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, it's staying in a creative space is, I think, you know, it's number one.
Oh
That's number
yeah,
one. You know, you got to take care of your responsibilities. You got to be, you know, and stay focused. I don't
right.
sit here and make 10 beats a day. You know what I
No,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
I don't, most days, yes, I do work on music. it depends on what's going on. You know, am I deep into getting the final mixes for an album? Am I getting masters done, final touches? Am I just recording? Are we in a vibe session? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
like what, you know, each I have a there's like a different mindset, you know, that goes into each, like, yes, just studio session.
Right.
Um, it is, you know, it's been fun cooking up with artists, you know, on
Yeah,
the spot. And literally just, you know, we got into doing some, you know, freestyle stuff
yeah,
that I cut and chop up, and we got a song, like, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
having fun with the creative process is awesome. That's like, that's key. That's a major
Who's
key.
one of the favorite artists that you work with?
You know, I mean, working with Liz Swandy was really cool, and the type of input, you know, that she's had on the records themselves,
Yeah,
and really like, not just, oh, okay, I'm laying a hook down, but like, no, you know, let's add, you know, I think you should do some violins, some cellos, some this and that there, you know, and then this other song, let's have this breakdown go like this. I mean, just like the creative input was like, wow, you know what I
yeah,
mean? That's crazy when it comes, because like that's what I do, is take the chaos, you know,
yeah,
and then try to, you got to make a song about it, and you got to deliver it into a way that people are going to be able to, like, you know, ADHD, the ADD, the, you know what I
yeah,
mean? You
yeah,
got to
yeah,
keep them
yeah,
interested.
yeah,
And so when someone else brings that around, you're like, oh man, like, that's, you know, like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah,
that's what I do, you know?
yeah,
Like,
right,
you
yeah,
know?
right, yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, that's really cool, man. But I mean, Hurricane is like extremely theatrical.
yeah,
Jesus is extremely theatrical. I love working with I mean, Marcus Patrick, he's a singer, but I mean, everything's off the top of the dome.
yeah. Cool.
Um,
That's cool.
you know, like CG Benji, he's a younger cat. Don Drizzy, Six Lungs. Nicolette Page, she's been around for a little bit, um, but female singer and
Yeah,
rapper. Um, yeah, just, you know, everybody has their own way. You know, I know Hurricane, like, he writes his verses in his head.
yeah.
He
That's
just, you know, he writes them in his head. Like,
that's
what?
crazy. Yeah, that's
You know,
crazy. Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and then other people are just, you know, they're recording off the top of the dome, and then
yeah,
we cut and chop, and then other
yeah,
people are, they write it down on pen and paper.
yeah.
You
Now,
know,
there's
so,
no solid way to do it. I can tell you that.
oh
You know,
no.
it's whatever works for you. What's
Mm.
in the future for Smart Alec?
Albums dropping Friday, new levels, new devils. There's singles coming out. There's a lot of singles out right now. There's more coming out. It's just great music. Like,
Do you
that's
have
just
a
the best way
favorite
that I can
song?
explain it. Yeah, man, I love. There's a song called Fables that is on the album, and it's coming out as a single November 5th. But it'll
Cool.
be, it's like a hidden gem in there. That song, it's just got, it's a metal trap record. It reminds me of some, like, you know, yeah,
Yeah,
Evanescence, but with tech, you
cool.
know, with the
Yeah,
fast rap, that type of stuff. But then
yeah,
there's another song called Moonwalking, and if you like Lemonade, like the Don Toliver and Internet Money did with Gunna and
yeah,
Nav, if you
yeah,
like
yeah.
that type of that's on the album too. So
That's
it's
what's
like,
up.
you're getting like you're getting a lot of Midwest drill trap through the first half of it, and the second
Yeah.
half of it you're getting, like, you know, alternative rock influence type of stuff.
How how long did it take you to put this album together, real quick?
Yeah, so I mean, ever since I dropped Two Face, that was the same thing, you know, compilation
Yeah,
album,
yeah,
February 2020. So, you know, year
yeah.
and a half or so.
That's
Yeah.
what's up. That's what's up. Uh, hey man, I just want to thank you for being here. Go ahead and if you
Yes.
want to give your shout outs or you know what I mean, go
Yeah,
ahead
man.
and
Shout out the whole squad, SMG, Self Made Gang. Um, man, I just want to thank everybody too that's been around for for a while, because yeah, it's been real. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's been authentic, organic growth for the last like 6 some years, and it's no telling. This whole time we've been set up for, you know, the 2020 decade.
Yeah.
Like that's what it was about ever since 2015. So like I said, we survived the pandemic, and
Sure did.
like, you know, it's kind of a new way. It's not an old school label, you know.
Yeah.
It's just a new way of doing things. So yeah, man, that's
There's nothing wrong with that, man. You know what I mean? I just want to say thank you. And again, and I want to have you back, you know, as soon as possible, man. Whenever you got something new dropping, I'd love to bring you in here and get her done, man. You know what
okay.
I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's definitely stay in touch, man. And much love. I appreciate you again. And I'm your
Yeah.
boy
Thank
Jason
you.
Dubbs. Yeah. And this is
Yes,
hot.
sir.
This is hot shit interviews, man. Until next time, my man.
Bet.
Holler.
Peace out.